working with the foyer here in Aberdeen, and it's with Northeast Culture Collective. And the project is to look at safe spaces and what makes a safe space. So we've taken a starting point of looking at this shed, which was a sort of underused area. It's just been used for storage, and maybe thinking about how we can convert that into maybe a bit of a shared space with people and discuss ideas about what it could be. So that's the project so far.
People at the foyer, they're generally aged between 16 and 25, and they're in assisted living here, so they're here usually for around 6 months at a time. Some are not here as long if they're ready to move on. Some can be here for over a year. So really a wide variety of people that we're working with across that sort of age group.
We house up to 27 young people at a time, and in that time we deal a lot with just getting them ready for into their own housing and getting into the community. So we deal a lot with helping them sort out benefits or look for jobs, getting into education, basically how you look after a flat.
So we've been doing some sort of basic furniture making and woodworking techniques, so particularly focused on upskilling or upcycling underused products. So we've had a door that we've been converting into a bit of a bench, and we're using some pallets as well. So there's been some sort of practical DIY skills that we've been sharing as part of the project, but we've also been doing some creative artwork skills as well.
Yeah, we found that there were some young people who were interested in the kind of DIY side of things, but also some that were keen to do more creative work. So we've done week about, where 1 week there's been a session outside, and one session there's been one inside with me where we run a creative session that again is using, skills that will be useful for them moving on, once they leave the foyer.
Tonight we've got a barbecue going. There's I think a movie night in there. Also people cutting wood for the fire. We've also sometimes there's arts and crafts sessions. I remember one time we were doing things with clay, and then I think last time we were working on slate, and then we used that slate to make how do I explain it, signs for flower pots and stuff. And then after that we planted seeds corresponding to what we drew on the slates. And then they're all planted around. So in my opinion, foyer is very community run, and that's one of the best parts about it.
I remember when the safe spaces opened up, I think we named it an art gate. And the problem is we put a block in because some people didn't think, I'm not good at art, I'm not good at drawing, I'm not good at this. Whereas now we're doing a whole wide range of sometimes just sit down and have a chat, watching movies, making posters, and then that's something we want to continue so we can keep engaging with the young people.
I think as well, because as a space that they can take ownership over as well and be proud of, and it's theirs to do, we're kind of there to facilitate it, but they can then take ownership of it and then take it in whatever direction they choose to.
It also introduces the tenants to each other, even if we live in a block, a tenement block, you maybe say hello to a neighbour. Whereas here, you actually the young people get to know one another and make connections and make friends, and actually gives them something to do and gets them outside. I think that's most important, getting the fresh air, building networks between young people as well.
Yeah, so I come to these sessions, maybe not as regularly as everyone else does, but I do come down to them occasionally. And like I said, the environment's always amazing. A lot of support, everyone's friendly. And like I said, I've made some friends for life just coming to these sessions, so yeah, it's pretty good.
I think sort of what maybe we've seen is that sort of practical making and making an object can be a really satisfying result. So it gives that sort of sense of satisfaction and achievement, which is really nice. So that in terms of improved well-being, as well as that sort of practical skill set, is that also that I did this and I was part of that. So we've seen little bits of that happening, which has been quite nice.
I think as well, so many people have not been exposed to creativity in any form as well, so this is a great chance to explore that and kind of look together with us at how that can inform the space.
That sort of ability to express themselves, and that's been happening with the messages on the wall. That's such a opportunity to communicate how you're feeling and have other people respond to that and say, yeah, that's how I'm feeling too. We hope that, with the people that are coming to the workshop, and we can create a space that exists for other new people that are coming in that has the input of what the young people here really see that the needs are. So I think that would be a fantastic sort of outcome, that this is bespoke to this place and it fulfills those needs.
Hopefully, if things go well, which they have at the moment, I've kind of got myself back on track from where I was before I came here. And hopefully I'm looking at another couple months, I think, and I may be gone. I'll miss just, waking up, looking out in the courtyard. Like, it's... How do I explain it? I feel safe here. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's, it's a gated community. No one gets let in unless they're supposed to be here. And, I feel safe here. So I think if there's one thing I'm going to miss, it's definitely that kind of secure feeling of just being here.